welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. On the road, looking live at AT&T Center. Welcome to San Antonio, Texas for this Spurs home game. And here it is, Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the and a conference rivalry renewed tonight. This one could get a little chippy, Chris.
Games like this always have a little bit of extra meaning on both sides, especially for the fans. You can see that look of intensity in their eyes.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Houston, Anderson is down low with Capella. Brown out there with Harden. And it's Tucker in at the 3 slot. Clock is at 3. Here's Leonard. That shot, no good. So Houston will take it the other way. Now here's Brown. Tucker dishes to Capella. Passes to Brown. And Parker with the block. And they'll keep possession. Green against Harden. Over Green, and the basket by Harden.
Now, I'm telling you, Harden is outstanding from the mid-range, routinely knocking down these shots.
Parker kicks to Leonard. And now just over a minute played here in the first.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Harden against Green. Harden the pass to Capella. Bucket is good.
Oh, Harden is so good at finding the open man and a selfish superstar who really whips the ball over quickly.
Parker kicks to Green. The pass to Aldridge. Inside, here's Leonard. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Well, you like to see a little more physical nature on defense. You have to make him earn those points at the strike.
Harden's shot is off. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Fires top of the key. And it's San Antonio with another. On defense, the Spurs. From the arc, hits the 3-point bomb. Harden's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, man, just an outstanding first quarter so far for him. He's doing a great job creating space and knocking down overlooks.
Parker against Brown. And here's Leonard from 3. It's rebounded by Houston.
A defender nowhere near him, and he still can't hit it. He wants that one back.
Capella with a screen on Green. Harden kicks to Capella. Here's Tucker. Houston working now with the new shot clock. San Antonio trailing here. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Green dishes to Aldridge. And Capella sends it back. Harden with it. He has 5. Capella with a screen on Green. Harden the pass to Brown. Screen by Capella. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gasol with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Outside Leonard. Lob pass to Gasol. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Capella with a screen on Green. Leonard with the steal. It's stolen by Capella. And Tucker kicks to Anderson. It's Harden with the drive. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And you know Harden loves using that shot fake and Euro step because it's
Harden.
And watching James Harden, the amount of shots he is able to create for himself and his teammates, he just does so much from his position that is unrivaled. One of the greatest offensive threats, not only today, but really of the last decade.
Just 5 on the clock. Aldridge. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Green against Harden. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4. And for Harden, he's been in the conversation, Greg, for MVP for several years. Where he's able to just carry an offense with his creativity, garners attention.
And Kevin, I think he might have won it last year if it wasn't for the amazing season put in by Russell Westbrook. Don't count Harden out, though. He's such a unique talent on offense. Maybe this will be his year to bring home that MVP award.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws of the night. The first one falls.
And over the years, Gasol has proven himself to be a valuable teammate. Someone guys love to be around. A guy that plays well with just about anybody.
Now Harden. He's got 9. Anderson the screen. Harden kicks to Anderson. Three-pointer and a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
I love how Anderson continues to fool defenders with his pump fake. I mean, he makes it near impossible for them to stay on their feet. Ryan Anderson has such an easy stroke from distance. You can't help but notice it. He plants his feet so well and has a reliable motion.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
They kick it out to Green. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Here's Gasol. Here's Parker. Rebounded by Capella. And with Anderson, you talk about how quick his shot can come off, how quickly he gets that baby away. Chris, he really can open things up as a forward who needs a man close to him at all times.
What makes Anderson such a great deep ball threat is his height along with the release that he has because his release is so high.
A nice shot by Tucker.
Harden's vision is incredible for someone who played mostly shooting guard throughout his career.
Parker dishes to Gasol. Shoots over Capella. Aldridge, the pass to Gasol. Back to Aldridge. He feeds it to Gasol. Parker outside. Now the dish to Gasol. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Capella. Rockets leading by 5. Out left to the wing. Here's Tucker. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Spurs have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. The Rockets pull it in. Capella's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Harden outside. Anderson a screen on Green. Harden kicks to Brown. It's Harden with the drive. And Chris, when you see Harden coming down the lane at you, there is a very short list of players who can instill that much fear. Pretty much him, Westbrook, and LeBron. Each have their own style, and Harden's might be the most refined of all of them.
Well, it's why he gets to the line so much. His speed, his handles, his ability to pull back on the 3, his Euro step. When Harden gets going downhill like that, you just don't have an answer for it.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. On defense, the Rockets, they lead by 7. Laverne dishes to Gay. 5 on the clock to halt the run.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Here is Harden, 11 points in the game. He kicks it to Capella. Now here's Tucker, guarded close. A beautiful reverse layup. Tucker's got 5 points so far. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And one reason why the Rockets were okay with letting Dwight Howard leave was because they knew that Clint Capella could fill that role. He quietly gives this team that finisher down on the block, and he has been absolutely huge for the Rockets.
Oh, yeah, maybe the best in the league at finishing off lobs last year. Not the most spectacular, but the most consistent last year on that pick and roll because he's so active without the ball. Always moving, giving guards a target, great hands to catch and finish.
Tries it from 19, rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And here is Brown. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Tucker. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Okay, that's a 2-pointer. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 17-6 run. Now here's Harden. Capella with a screen on Ginobili. It's Anderson with the drive. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists in the game.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Pass to Laverne. To the wing on the left. Bertanis, the pass to Laverne. And he banks in the layup. Harden with it. 11 points in the game. Pass to Brown, back to Harden. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Now Paul. Eric Gordon on the wing. Ginobili with the steal. And now the fast break, Ginobili with the ball. Good on the triple.
How about that lefty stroke there from Ginobili? It is a thing of beauty. He is dialed in from deep.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Screen by Baamute. Paul kicks to Nene. A rebound by the Spurs.
Some tough D in the paint, getting between him and the bucket and stopping the easy balls.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Six seconds left to play in the first. Basket counts. Paul's got his first bucket of the night.
There's no lack of aggression on his part. When he's got the chance to score, he'll take it.
Got it off in time, and it's good. But hold on, the officials may want to look at that one on the replay mon. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll get right back to the action when we return. You talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Oh, yeah, small lead so far, but it's building fast, and they better watch out.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Chris Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. Luke Mbamute out there with Nene. And it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward. Mills dishes to Gay. In the corner, it's Ginobili. Back to Gay. Just 5 to shoot over Ariza. No good from Gay.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Screen by Mbamute. Paul goes in. Nene, right side. Houston moving it around. Here's Mbamute. Can't cash in from close range. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Gay passes to Bertens. Kicks it out to Gay. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Well, it had been a little bit of a bumpy ride for Mike D'Antoni before coming to Houston. He had underwhelming results in New York and LA before taking time off from coaching, but he's found great success since coming back with the Rockets.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. And Mills kicks to Ginobili. Gay outside. The shot misses. So Houston will take it the other way. And when the Rockets hired Mike D'Antoni, there wasn't a lot of fanfare. But this has turned out to be one of the best fits in his coaching career. In fact, he was the NBA Coach of the Year last season.
Yeah, you never know how a coach will mesh with the team, and D'Antoni has fit in perfectly here. He made some changes early on and has the Rockets as a great offensive powerhouse. Even has the team playing some defense. I mean, something his teams have never been known for.
Spurs trail by 5. And here is Ginobili. Dishes it to Gay. Ginobili sends a screen for Gay. Back to Ginobili to the inside. Kicks it out to Gay. They set the pick. Laverne. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now here's Paul. Down low. Stolen by Gay. And now in transition is Mills. Here we go.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
Well, you want to know what this is just an example of a team that is on the same page on offense. They really get the ball moving as quickly as possible once they get it.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Paul outside. It's good. Paul's got his second basket of the game.
This is his game, flying to the bucket with reckless abandon.
Parker with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Tony Parker in the 2017 season with the lowest minutes per game average in his career. He was playing so well in the playoffs. I mean, historically well. Then, Greg, as we know, the quad injury in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's pretty clear that that 15-year run he's had as a starter, that window is rapidly closing, but still effective, just no longer the focal point that he once was.
Ariza outside. 6 to shoot. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
What amazing concentration from Ariza. So good at welcoming these hits and finishing his stop.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Free throw drops for Ariza.
Trevor Ariza, the veteran out of UCLA, he still gives you a little bit of everything on the wing. He's great in transition. He can hit shots from anywhere, but, you know, he's always been a leader.
Aldridge against Mbamute. Here's Leonard. It's rebounded by Houston. And with the Reese, you think back to when he was a young player finding his way in this NBA out of UCLA, and Kobe took him under his wing when they played together for the Lakers, and now he is paying it forward. He's helping young players.
Yeah, he has a great work ethic instilled in him from with his time with Kobe. He's always been a leader. He knows how things work in this league, and the reason he's showing all the younger players on his team the ins and outs of how to succeed.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Now Paul. Goes back up, and it's good on the layup. And it's a 6-point. Parker dishes to Gasol. Back to Parker. Gasol up top, guarded by Nene. That's good from Gasol, and the assist by Parker. And that's now 6 points for Pau Gasol. Here's Paul. 6 points for him. And Baamute with it. Gasol covering. Baamute, a screen on Aldridge. The drive by Gordon. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. First 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
And when he's healthy, Gordon is extremely effective, an incredible scorer who fills up the stat sheet.
And the Spurs making a change here. Diaw's checked in. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Parker passes to Diaw. Nene against Gasol. Fader on the way. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
And Gasol excels from that mid-range area. If you leave him open from there, you're going to pay the price.
And here is Paul. From downtown, drills the three-pointer. Paul's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the 3 at almost 60% for the game.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Over a reason. And it's Leonard missing.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Ariza, a screen on Parker. Paul kicks to Ariza. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight. Green against Gordon. The drive by Green. And Chris, usually the guys who score a lot of points get on. Who would some of those names be?
That's tough. I think anytime you have a guy like DeMarcus Cousins, who's a big guy and one of the top leading 5 scorers in the league, I think he doesn't get enough credit for scoring. His teammate, Anthony Davis, probably because of his record and his team not winning as much, doesn't get enough credit. Kawhi Leonard, because he's quiet and unassuming, doesn't grab that credit. And then you got guys like Gordon Hayward, who's just coming onto the scene, Kemba Walker, who's exciting, and Jimmy Butler. I mean, it's a lot of guys that don't get enough credit. And if you want to go to the West Coast and go back to point guards, go to Damian Lillard, who felt he was snubbed as an all-star. But that's the great thing about this league. There's so many great players. You got to play hard every night to get some credit, because if not, someone else is deserving to have their name up there just as well.
And Baamute with the steal, and they're moving it up. Paul kicks to Baamute. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And they're not afraid to let it fly from deep. They're looking to extend their lead with the 3 ball here in the second quarter.
Here's Parker, and there's the feed to Gasol. Up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And the long arms that Gasol has is what allows him to drop dunks on defenders. What a powerful force close to the rim.
Baamute, a screen on Parker. All up top, covered by Parker. 6 on the shot clock. Gordon. And it comes off the front of the rim. Spurs trail by 10. Leonard kicks to Green. Feeds to Leonard. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Houston. Nene's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
The drive by Paul takes the 3. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Here's Parker. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Parker's got it back down to single digits for San Antonio.
And Parker really as good as anybody when it comes to attacking the rim and finishing.
Now here's Paul. He's got 11. And it's Ariza in the corner. The Rockets again can't hit. And no good that time. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Rockets lead by 8. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Pop. Facing a deficit in the second half, what do you tell your guys?
I think we just moved the ball a little bit. We were just on the dribble a little bit too much, and they've got a lot of pressure out there, so the ball's got to move.
Pop, thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 11 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to their lead.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Spurs? And now, folks, just moments of...
All right, the second half. Beginning in just a moment. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
Terrific first half on offense. This is how you draw it up. We'll see if they can maintain that efficiency.
Rockets leading by 8. Manu is at the 2 with Leonard playing the 3. Then it's Pau Gasol. Then it's Mills. And it's Bertinason at the power forward. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Love how Harden attacks the basket when he's close by. Just relentless in finding ways to get himself to the line.
And Chris, many thought that after the Rockets let Dwight Howard go, they would have a slight rebuilding phase. Turns out they were just reloading and were a surprise contender last season.
Well, they did sneak up on some teams with how well they played early on. Front office did a great job retooling the team, great coaching job. But now with Paul in the mix, they're one of the scariest teams, at least on paper, in the league.
Screen by Capella. Harden kicks it to Tucker. The shot that time, not on target. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Pass to Gasol. Wide open look. The rebound by Anderson.
Whoa, the D caught a break on that play. I'm sure that is not the plan, leaving him so wide open.
Anderson the screen. Off the pick. And he knocks down the jumper. 15 points for James Harden.
Oh, really? I mean, you don't want to leave Harden alone off the screen. He is fantastic at pouncing in open space.
Ginobili with a screen on Brown. Mills kicks to Ginobili. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Chris, you've been on both sides of the coin for this. When it comes to a veteran presence in the locker room, just how important is that? You know, when you were a young player getting it, and maybe as an older player when you were preaching.
When I was a rookie, Kevin, I needed a veteran just as much as I needed an assistant coach. They were that important to me because when you think about it, that's how you learn your routine.
Wow.
What to eat before a game, how many hours to eat before a game, how to recoup after a game, how to say no to your friends and family for playoff tickets because, you know, you're at home and you got to buy 75 tickets. You know, just kind of how to navigate through life. That veteran player can help, and I think that's one thing when the game kind of got lost in years past, it was because we lost that veteran presence in the locker room. And so to me, the veteran presence is everything. You know, Chris Muller getting on me because I'm a rookie, I mean, I would have paid him to do that. So, you know, it's really cool because just as much as they get on you, they help you and they explain the game, help you out with life and everything else. So it's like a big brother relationship.
Oh, that's good to hear. Laverne, he's checked in for San Antonio. Gay comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Screen by Capella. And here's Harden for 3. Houston gets it back. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. To the inside. Here's Anderson. And Tucker has it in the corner. The kick out to Anderson. Buries it from 3-point range. Anderson's got 8 points.
This is why the man gets paid. This is something Anderson does very well. Have to love how he measures the deep ball.
Here's Mills. The pass to Bertans. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Well, the defense had nothing to do with that turnover. They're just fortunate. That's just plain sloppy passing.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Bills with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. The rebound by Harden. Harden's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Five to shoot. Capella with the bucket. And the Rockets lead by 13.
Even with the suffocating defense, Capella keeps his composure, sinking these interior looks rather effortless.
Bertans, the pass to Ginobili. Ice ball movement by San Antonio. Pass to Bertans. Back to Ginobili. Good work defensively by Capella.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Anderson the screen. Harden kicks to Anderson. Back to Harden. Anderson with the screen for Harden. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Start it.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Man, they straight up been getting smoked over the stretch. They really need to refocus here.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Anderson, he's checked in for Bertans. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Murray's subbed in for Patty Mills. Black's checked in for Houston. Green dishes to Anderson. He feeds it to Laverne. Shot to stop the run, and that's 2 points on the layup. Laverne's got 8 points.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Anderson the screen. In the corner, Harden. Back to Anderson on the wing. Harden. Anderson, a screen on Green. Here's Harden. Again, the miss by Harden.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Excellent use of the screen that time. Gay's got his second bucket.
Oh, come on. You have to commend the way Gay sees the floor, especially how he sees available space off of picks and capitalizes.
Green against Harden. And Tucker has it in the corner. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. He has 7.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Murray with it. Brown on him. Gay with it. He's got 5. Stolen by Anderson. Now here's Brown. He's covered by Murray. Harden left side. The kick out to Anderson. Back to Harden. Anderson the screen. Just 5 to shoot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
He's almost obsessed with drawing contact and getting to the line, and Harden has an endless number of ways to do it.
Well, Ryan Anderson, a terrific deep threat in stretch 4.
And I remember last season when he told reporters that a heckler yelled out at him, "Hey, Ryan, you look like a math teacher." And you know, we've heard a lot of these off-the-wall heckles before. But the irony is it's oftentimes the strange ones that tend to stick with you more. And that's an example of it right there.
Here's Anderson. Kicks it out to Gay. Buries the long-range jumper. Gay's got 5 points now in the quarter.
When Gay is knocking down the perimeter jumper, he's very dangerous. Given how long his arms are, good luck in trying to catch up to his release in time if you were the D.
Harden against Green. Here's Black. Harden outside. Pulls it from the elbow. And that one, good. Harden's got 11 points here in just the second half.
I mean, you gotta love, I love the aggressiveness of Harden on offense, just relentless in how he constantly looks for a shot.
Stolen by Anderson. Green against Harden. From outside the arc. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
He's taking over the game. Their lead's gonna get even bigger if he keeps this up.
Here's Murray. He dishes it to Laverne. Gay in the corner. Second chance shot. The kick out to Anderson. And the wide open shot from Green. Off target from outside.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Harden with it. Now Green defending. And there's the foul. It's going to go on Tariq Black. That is his first foul of the game. Spurs trail by 18. Murray, the pass to Laverne. Here's Murray up on top. He's covered by Brown. Laverne.
Well, the location of that assist was awesome. That was a sweet move pass.
Rockets have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Now Brown. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Harden draws the double. Back to Brown. And some nice passing there by Houston. This one for 3. Harden, no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And Laverne kicks to Green. The kick out to Anderson. Harden against Green. Back to Anderson. Laverne in the corner. And it's off from three-point range. Rockets leading by 16. Harden outside. Anderson up top. Back to Harden. Anderson, a screen on Green. The kick out to Brown. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 6 assists in the game.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters, though.
Green kicks to Gay. It's deflected. Here's Brown. Harden outside. It's stolen by Green. Lays it in off the breakaway. Here's Tucker. 17-point game. Harden kicks to Brown. A shot by Harden. Wide open. Nice open look, but it's no good. And so it's Houston, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
But don't stop the aggressiveness. Here we go.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. San Antonio calls timeout. And Chris, I know you started doing a podcast, Fearless or Insane, with Chris Webber, an opportunity to have some meaningful conversations. What's that been like?
It's been great, Kevin. I've gotten a chance to talk to some friends, some mentors like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I've gotten to speak to him about what it was like playing for Wooden, what it was like coming up in the crazy 60s in that time. And, you know, he's such a thoughtful and a great individual. So to hear his stories about he and Muhammad Ali, he and Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all these great figures is just wonderful. I also got to speak to track legends John Carlos and Tommy Smith, who in the 1968 Olympics, we've seen them kind of protest when they put their fist up in defiance and kind of put their voice out for the voiceless. And I got to talk to them about how tough of a moment that was. Did they know the sacrifice that they were making? What happened, the backlash to what happened? And then all these years later, do they feel kind of vindicated that we're showing them much love and people around the world appreciate what they've done? So we try to just discuss fearless or insane. You know, they say insane is doing the same thing over, expecting a different result, where these guys put their lives on the line.
Yes.
And they kind of knew that it necessarily wouldn't change the arc of justice, but they felt that they had to do it. And so it's just some cool conversations with people and athletes that were much more than an athlete. And I've learned a lot, and it's been a cool podcast.
4th quarter on the court for the Rockets. And it's Paul in at the 1 spot. Amute, a screen on Parker. Kicks it out to Ariza. Clock at 4. Gordon goes in.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to the lead.
In the corner, it's Ginobili. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
Here's Leonard, and the Spurs scoring again.
And how about the commitment of Gasol on the screen, doing whatever he can to open up shots for his teammates?
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Paul kicks to Gordon. They get a hand on it. And Ginobili with a clear path to the rack. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And that's exactly what they need to do right now. I mean, just attack the basket. And, hey, if you get fouled, maybe you get some free throws out of it.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Ariza outside, and the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him. And here is Paul. The dish now to Gordon. Right wing, 5 to shoot. And Baamute can't get it to go. Spurs trail by 14. Here's Leonard. He kicks it to Aldridge. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Good movement there, and the lead pass was right where it needed to be.
And LaMarcus Aldridge really possesses tremendous shooting touch when you consider this guy's basically a 7-footer, and he's increasing that range. Last season, up over 40% from 3. He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
That's good from Ginobili on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists now in this one. Now here's Paul. They need this one. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. And Aldridge doesn't shoot a ton of threes, yet he still earns his keep in that mid-range.
Yeah, on that left block, back to the basket. And with his size, that turnaround, Jay, is just about unstoppable.
Here's Leonard. Out to Parker. Fires from deep. Drops in the tray.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up there.
That's just great all-around teamwork. Now, let's see if they can find a way to come away with the victory here.
And it's Gordon missing. And the Spurs with possession. Good momentum, 14 straight points. Leonard kicks to Parker. Oh, wide open look for Gasol. Gasol missing again.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Nene with the screen on Parker. Paul dishes to Nene. To the right side. Paul outside. And Baamute kicks to Paul. Kicks it out to Ariza. It's Ariza on the wing. Houston moving it around. Paul with the ball. Outside for Nene. Ariza has the open look, and the 3 ball is good.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
A different look now for San Antonio. Anderson, he's checked in for Gasol. And it's Green in for Manu Ginobili. Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for Baamute. PJ Tucker, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Harden in for Gordon. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now. Or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Paul kicks to Capella. Here's Tucker. Paul with the 3. Paul missing again.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Now here's Leonard. He's tightly guarded. Parker passes to Leonard. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Paul with the 3. Paul can't get that one to fall.
Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping for him.
Parker not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. And now just a 5-point Rocket lead. Anderson, a screen on Parker. Ball against Parker. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Paul kicks to Harden. Rocket 6. To the paint. Leonard with the steal. Pass to Parker. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Tucker. Al Paul. Paul is double.